Hare Krishna, dear devotees. A few things for today's program. If you can leave the first row vacant, because that's where we'll be seating those who are going to read their offerings. And the first row. And Vaisesika Prabhu will be reaching out to you a little before your time. If you're reading the offering, a little before your time is due to come up over here and read. Also, there'll be a lot of activity going behind the curtains over here in preparation for the Pad Seva. So we have a humble request that if you can leave that area open for the volunteers to work, and also if you don't crowd in this area, okay? So try to stay there. One of the things that I noticed was that from where Guru Maharaj is seated, he sees a whole bunch of bottles over there, which is a lot of visual noise. So if you can make sure that those windows are clear so that he has a better view. And then when you are going to read your offering, you will be sitting over here, or if you want to sit on a chair, you can do that. Either ways is fine. But make sure that when you are paying your obeisances, that your feet should not point to Prabhupada, they should not point to Guru Maharaj, and they should not point to the deities. So given all these conditions, the best way, I think this is the best position to offer your obeisances to Guru Maharaj. And then we will be giving you the Vyasa Puja book, right? So, and we'll point out the page number there, and you can just read from there. Please don't embellish whatever is written there, just read that part. And for those of you reading, you would have already gotten these instructions from me in an email for the past couple of days. Also, after you're done reading from the book, please make sure that you don't leave the book on the floor. So we have kept these cushions over here. So the Vyasa Puja book is an auspicious and a sacred book, so we always give it a lot of respect. If at all you have a need to get up and take a break or stretch yourself, please do so. There are 2 doors on either side. You can just go quietly and then come back in. Also, please make sure that you are in the temple room at least 15 minutes prior to your allocated slot for reading the offering. And also note that sometimes some people are traveling, so sometimes the slots get changed. You might be asked to come up a little sooner than what you were anticipating. So it's a wonderful day. We will enjoy to our fullest. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Vaisesika Das Adhikari Iti Namine Namaha Prahasya Shilaya Prabhupadanusarine Anindit Hriday Tasmai Shastra Bhajan Chodine. Hare Krishna, dear Guru Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to the founder Acharya of ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada, who said in Bhagavad Gita 18.75 that there is no difference between hearing directly from the Lord Krishna or hearing from his bona fide representative, which is Vyasadeva. And since the spiritual master is also a representative of Vyasadeva, that's why Prabhupada says that his disciples, they celebrate the birthday or the appearance day of their spiritual master by celebrating a ceremony called the Vyasa Puja. Now, the word disciple usually means a Diksha disciple, that you took initiation from a spiritual master. But the mood here at ISV is very, very different. You are our beloved leader. And to some of us, you are our Diksha Guru. To some of us, you are the Siksha Guru. And then, yet for another set of people, you are the Mark Production Guru. So on your appearance day, we actually all of us joined hands together and we celebrated all as one big team. And then, of course, devotees travel from different parts of the world to participate in this glorious occasion. And yet our God cousins and other members of the congregation, they come and tell us that this is your day, you enjoy, and we will take care of everything. And they do that, and we also do that. So all this is possible because of your painstaking efforts and at making sure that we follow the right path. And as we progress in devotional service, and as we understand that every devotee is actually a devotee of Krishna, then our hearts are overwhelmed with gratitude. And every year we pen it down in the form of an offering, which we have captured in a Vyasa Puja book. So with your permission, I'll request that we submit that book to you. Thank you, Maharaj. So I'll now request the one and only Vaisesika Prabhu to offer the Vyasa Puja book to Guru Maharaj. So Maharaj, we have set aside some time today for some of the select devotees to come and read their offering. So we'd like to get started with that. Okay, thank you, Maharaj. So a rising book distributor, one who has perfected the art of distributing books in the art and wine festivals, and who has been liberating a lot of souls over there. He's very shy and humble and unassuming, but he becomes a tiger when it comes to spreading Krishna consciousness to people. A weekend warrior, he has actually redefined a weekend. He has lengthened it to 7 days. Please join me in welcoming Madhav Govinda Prabhu.
Dear Vaisesika Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances millions of times at your divine lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada once made a statement: if you distribute my books, you will be happy, and if you read my books, you will stay in the movement. Through this one statement, Srila Prabhupada is emphasizing two of his most important businesses, being a marketer of Lord Chaitanya and a lawyer. Through your book, our family business, which comes as a fruit of your mature realizations of something you have done over a period of 4 decades, you are teaching us our first family business, which is distributing Krishna consciousness to everyone by distributing Srila Prabhupada's books. Just as an expert marketing agency comes up with a success formula based on his experience, similarly you have come up with a success formula for distributing the books through the 4 laws of book distribution, which when applied guarantees success in distributing these books. We can see the results. Devotees from every age group have been recruited in your market agency to propagate the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Another important business which Srila Prabhupada emphasized is that devotees be like lawyers. The important qualification of a lawyer is that he is expert at quoting the citations to any of his statements to make them authoritative. You also, through your classes, Vani, back up every statement you make from the Shastras. Just as a lawyer, when making the case study for a serious case, has a lot of books piled up next to him to make his case strong, it is not uncommon to see the stacks of books piled up on the table next to you when making a serious case to support the case of Krishna consciousness. Another time, Srila Prabhupada was asked, "How do we know who are your disciples?" And Srila Prabhupada answered by saying, "My disciples are perfect ladies and gentlemen." Through this statement, Srila Prabhupada is emphasizing his other important business, which is to be perfect gentlemen. You are teaching us our third and most important business through your perfect gentlemanly behavior. Any person, whether it be a small kid or an elderly man or anyone in between, who comes in your touch, they are just deeply touched by such a kind and gentlemanly affectionate behavior that they automatically develop great appreciation for you and for Krishna consciousness. For any business to be successful, one has to keep doing the basics right in every situation, and then one is sure to become a millionaire eventually. Sorry, not millionaire, but a billionaire. The secret of you being a billionaire in our businesses is that you always keep the important thing as important throughout your life. I would like to express my deep gratitude from the core of my heart for teaching us and inspiring us to take to our businesses of distributing books by your book, our family business, of being a lawyer through your classes, and the most important of all businesses, of being a perfect gentleman through your lifestyle and behavior. With all these businesses going strong for you, making a huge profit and turnover for a period of 4 decades in each of them, it is clear that you are much more than a billionaire. A billionaire is generally very magnanimous on his appearance day and is very openly looking to give out his wealth. On this day, in the mood of a penniless beggar who has nothing worthy, I fall flat at your lotus feet and beg for a drop of your wealth in my begging bowl, so that I can also take to these businesses seriously and get rid of my poverty. Your humble servant, Mother.
Thank you, Madhav Govinda Prabhu. That was beautiful. Coming up next are Haldarupa Prabhu and Kumari Leela Mataji. And you can offer your obeisances from here, so that. So, Guru Maharaj, I still remember the beautiful day that you conducted the wedding ceremony of Haldarupa and Kumari Leela right here in this temple. And I was very impressed by their wedding vows. They had book distribution clauses all over it. And they kept their promise and have been distributing books very arduously, whether it was in Los Angeles or whether they were venturing out all alone, the two of them, to Haight-Ashbury in San Francisco. We know both of them as book distributors, but there's a little known fact about them that not everybody would know. Both of them are very accomplished dancers. And I always think that this couple is actually going to dance and distribute their way back to Golok Vrindavan, where they will distribute some more books. Please welcome Haldarupa and Kumari Leela Mataji.
Dear Vaisesika Prabhu, please accept our humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Wish you a very happy Happiness Day. Day by day and year by year, passing through just like blink of an eye. Though in the fast-paced Silicon Valley life, we often get lost in high techs. Your presence around us keeps us tied together and brings us back to basics. Your simple presentation on life's truth is always an eye-opener. No matter how much we keep things ourselves, we can't understand this simple law of life without your expert guidance. This year we have been double fortunate since we have your association throughout in year in form of our family business. We started reading the book out of excitement, but slowly we felt like passing the stage one after another in search of treasure. Many things we were just repeating on the field during Sankirtan, but when we got to read your experiences and details of it, every single sentence made its clear meaning, and after a few years, we got a chance to imagine the vision of ultimate goal. Start to end, your book is filled with life-changing stories, and many of them we may have heard from you during the Sankirtan seminars. But the way you have explained the vision of Srila Prabhupada and history of Sankirtan in the early days of ISKCON are giving us goosebumps. The way devotees started to text their brains on how to distribute the first big book, Krishna, and they were able to sell it for good donation, that even to the drunk person who was just lying down on the street. That is very inspirational. None of them had any experience or training on how to distribute the books, but they had the firm faith on the orders of Srila Prabhupada. Every single time we used to hear the importance of asking donation for the book we distribute, but were not confident enough until we read the Ambassador of Goodwill, which explains how to develop desire to work for higher cause. It again reminded us that we don't need any money, but if they give something in return, that will help them to gain the mercy of all previous acharyas who has painstakingly passed down the knowledge for the benefit of people in general. Indeed, it's a goodwill of you, Srila Prabhupada, and all the acharyas that we have this knowledge to understand the lessons of eternal life and opportunity to introduce to others. While going through these old stories, we felt how insane we are that taking for granted these rare opportunities that are mercifully available at ISV. Under your and Mother Nirkula's expert guidance and loving care, we have training available right now, right here. We humbly seek your blessing so that we can develop a spark of desire to distribute this transcendental knowledge and be used as instruments which have been done in the history of ISKCON. We are truly grateful to you and Mother Nirkula for your unconditional love, encouragement, and inspiration. Thank you for keeping us on your radar. Your servants, Haldar Rupadas and Kumar Lila Devidasi.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. I'd now like to invite Malini Devidasi, Sankirtan co-leader. It is a dauntless task to be the Sankirtan leader, especially at ISV, where the goals multiply and innovation is always there, up in the air. Guru Maharaj, you lead ISV, and because of that, ISV is on a world radar. And that could mean a lot of pressure on anyone what to speak of the Sankirtan leaders. But Malini Mataji and her co-leader, Sri Krishna Purushottam Prabhu, are always wearing a huge smile on their face, come what may. They have touched the lives of actually so many people in the Bay Area, and they are now actually spreading their mercy to more places in USA by training the troops. And actually, not just USA, they are training all over the world. So, Balini Mataji, thank you so much for all that you do to our Guru Maharaj, because this is one service that is very, very dear to his heart. So let's give a big round of applause.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, I'm reading this offering on behalf of ISV Sankirtan team. And actually, Sri Krishna Purushottam Prabhu was supposed to read this, but he had to go to an emergency because his brother is sick, Sri Ram Prabhu. So I'm reading on his behalf. Dear Vaisesika Prabhu, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to our beloved Srila Prabhupada and all glories to you. As many of your God brothers have unique offering to Srila Prabhupada for the 50th anniversary of ISKCON, you have put your entire life's worth of your realizations and training into the masterpiece, our family business. You have sacrificed many years to write this book, and last year you just locked down everything to make a final attempt to finish the book. After this huge sacrifice, you gave all the copyrights to BBT with complete detachment and without any desire for personal gain. We were personally touched by your gesture, where you have shown how distributing Srila Prabhupada's books is so important that you considered that to be more important than your own book. At Sadhu Sangha, you noticed that Srimad Bhagavatam table should be in the prime spot and asked us to move closer to the OFP table. Even while you were signing OFP, your heart was at the Srimad Bhagavatam table and you were saying, 10 more sets, 10 more sets. The great joy for a leader is to see when his followers are taking up more responsibilities and carrying out the legacy. Because of your intense training and empowerment, many devotees at ISV are now giving seminars on different aspects of book distribution. Even at ISV, devotees are giving seminars on corporate Sankirtan, Motel Gita, Kit Sankirtan, and Set Sankirtan. You have encouraged devotees to travel and give seminars in many places within and outside of North America. And devotees are now becoming expert in presenting Srila Prabhupada's books to any kind of audience. Your lectures are thought-provoking and filled with optimism towards devotional service. Even your senior God brothers find them interesting and they hear with rapt attention. You make difficult things like 4 regulative principles to easy regulative principles of freedom. Your vast knowledge comes from your regular, deep study of the scriptures. Your classes have a wide variety of audiences, which includes kids, teenagers, and adults. You have unique ability to touch people's heart of any age. It comes from your great compassion for all living entities without consideration of their qualifications. You are familiar with the latest technology and in the mood of Yukta Vairagya, you use them. At the same time, you continue with your seminars with or without slides. Recently at New York, how a delay in setting up the PowerPoint did not stop you from presenting the seminar. You immediately began your presentation, and when the slides came back, you used them to revise the points that you had already taught. You are fearless in pushing Srila Prabhupada's book forward. In the past, book distribution was not presented in its pure spirit, and some devotees did not have a pleasant experience distributing books. Even those devotees appreciate your presentation on book distribution and wished they had learned this way in the past. How fortunate we are at ISV to have learned the science of book distribution in its purity and from the Acharya who does book distribution truly on the basis of the book's own merit. Many people have vision and make plans, but you not only have those, but you have the blessings of the Acharyas and the purity to carry out those plans. Not only that, at the end, you offer the successful results back to the Acharyas. Just service for the sake of service. In one of your classes, you asked the devotees, what is the example that we can think of enthusiasm? And the devotees answered, you. That is correct. You are the perfect example of how devotional service is joyfully performed. Susukham kartum avyayam, Bhagavad Gita 9:2. It is recommended in Nectar of Instruction, verse 5, Nindadi shunyam hridamipsita sangalaptya, that one should faithfully serve that pure devotee who is advanced in undeviated devotional service and whose heart is completely devoid of the propensity to criticize others. You are also a perfect example of one who does not criticize others. Nirakula Mataji, who is the mother of ISV, is taking care of us with utmost love and while totally immersed in serving you by taking care of all the details of your hectic schedule. It is our great fortune to have your shelter. Though we want to faithfully serve you, you both, we beg forgiveness for our inability to do so. We are sincerely praying that you let us continue to serve you. With love and affection, your servants at ISV Sankirtan team.
Thank you so much, Malini Mataji, for such a heartfelt rendering of your offering. Actually, tears represent a softened heart, as Guru Maharaj always reminds us. So thank you so much, and let's give us one quick more round of applause. Please welcome Gaura Shakti, Bhakta Gaura Shakti. He has driven all the way from Long Beach today to participate in the Vyasa Puja celebrations. And when I was talking to him about, how you came to know Guru Maharaj and Guru Ma, he said that actually he grew up knowing Nirakula Mataji. And then later he came in contact with you, Guru Maharaj, through your lectures. And it took him quite a long time to figure it out that the two of you were married. Now, one thing I heard Guru Maharaj tell me about Gaura Shakti, which all of us should listen carefully. He said there is no one in ISKCON who works more than Gaura Shakti.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Happy Vyasa Puja. I just wanted to thank you for all that you have done for me. Although we've had very little personal association, that association has been the fuel for my spiritual life. This year I've started your BA Sage page-by-page program, and I've been able to read more within the past 4 months than I've been able to read within the past 3 years. I am well on my way to finishing Srimad Bhagavatam by the end of the year. And that's just my story. You've inspired so many devotees by your example and innovative ideas. Just as a father is proud when he sees his son is successful, I know Srila Prabhupada is proud seeing your success in spiritual life. I hope that I too can be successful in my spiritual life so that I can make you, my spiritual father, proud. Once again, thank you very much. Your servant, Bhakta Gaura Shakti Das.
I came to know Bhakta Aditya way back when he was in Wisconsin. And he would send little text messages to me asking questions during your lecture. And he was actually also editing your famous kirtans, and he created a CD out of it. Our prayers were answered when Bhakta Aditya moved to the Bay Area, and we came even more closer. I have observed him a lot because we do a lot of work together, and he is very gentle, very humble, and most important, he's very, very obedient. And he actually took your advice to heart when you said that you should have a voluntary lifestyle change. You should eat only prasadam. So he's a bachelor and working under extraneous work conditions, but he still stuck to that. And what he did was that for many, many months, he just prepared the super protein khichdi day in and day out. Morning, noon, and evening, Krishna just had khichdi. Till Krishna spoke to him through his roommates who said that he needed a little bit of variety there. So from there, Aditya has graduated. Now he prepares multi-item, bhogas for Lord Krishna. So thank you so much, Aditya, for all that you do, especially all the hard work that you did for the launch of Guru Maharaj's book. The floor is all yours.
Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances at the dust of your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Vaisesika Das Adhikari iti namine. I remember this Saturday morning in 2013 when I first walked into our temple in 1965 Latham Street in Mountain View. His Holiness Kesav Bharati Goswami Maharaj was giving class. You sang Guru Puja later, and I remember having the most blissful moment in my life till that point. As I look back at my life in retrospect, I can feel that somehow or the other, all that has happened to me has led me towards meeting you. Maharaj, once while discussing your glories, one of the devotees mentioned in your appreciation about how you walk your talk. In the purport to Srimad Bhagavatam 1-18, Srila Prabhupada writes, there are two types of Bhagavatas, namely the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat. Both the Bhagavatas are competent remedies, and both of them, or either of them, can be good enough to eliminate the obstacles. A devotee Bhagavat is as good as the book Bhagavat because the devotee Bhagavat leads his life in terms of the book Bhagavat, and the book Bhagavat is full of information about the personality of Godhead and his pure devotees, who are also Bhagavatas. Bhagavat book and person are identical. Reading this, I thought that not only do you walk your talk, but your walk, talk, and every other activity are in congruence and completely for pleasing Srila Prabhupada. In the same purport, Srila Prabhupada further writes, the devotee Bhagavat is a direct representative of Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead. So by pleasing the devotee Bhagavat, one can receive the benefit of the book Bhagavat. I am extremely fortunate to have you in my life, Guru Maharaj. You kindly accept whatever minuscule amount of service I try to render, even though I am incompetent and make mistakes. In addition, every time I bow before Srila Prabhupada, your dear spiritual master, I thank him from the core of my heart, for I cannot imagine what would my life be, or where I would be if he had not made the historical journey on Jaladuta. Maharaj, you speak from the Shastra and you encourage all of us to always speak from the Shastra. More importantly, you want all of us to always prove it from the Shastra for any statement. In one of your classes earlier this year, you mentioned what His Holiness Kaur Govind Swami used to mention. If you do not quote from Shastra, do not call yourself as my disciple. In all of your talks, we all know how you focus so much on reading Srila Prabhupada's books, cramming the Bhagavad Gita and memorizing slokas from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Following your example, I have started my own feeble attempt at memorizing some of the slokas from the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. This year, Mukar Vinda Prabhu and I were able to attend Festival of Inspiration in New Vrindavan and had the chance to speak with His Grace Gaura Das Prabhu. He was mentioning that how you were inspiring devotees for book distribution in the mid and late 70s, and he emphatically stated that you are a devotee since last birth. Maharaj, I am filled with awe when I notice the compassion you have for everyone. You lead from the front in Sankirtan like a true general. You also extend yourself for each and every devotee. In the Jagannath Puri Yatra this year, during the realization session, you listened to what each and every devotee had to say. Thank you so much, Maharaj, for everything. I eagerly wait for your association whenever you are away on preaching tours. Your classes breathe life in me and instills enthusiasm to follow in your footsteps. Your humble servant, Bhakta Aditya.
Thank you so much. Jai. Mission possible are the two words that come to my mind when I think about my little god sister, Bhaktin Puja. You give her any task and she will accomplish it. She actually relocated from North Carolina, and the devotees over there are still trying to fill the gap that she left behind there. She has many daredevil, and she accomplished many daredevil tasks, and the most recent one was driving a U-Haul truck in the middle of Los Angeles traffic. I'm always amazed by her penchant for exploring different parts of the world, and that always reminds me of the Odyssey of Gopakumar. I don't know how Gopakumar went from one planet to the other planet, but I know that Bhaktan Puja is going to drive her way back to Goloka. Please give a big hand to Bhaktan Puja.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances at the dust of your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you. May your glories keep spreading to all the corners of the three worlds, and the fallen souls like me keep getting your mercy, and you show us the path of bhakti and remove all darkness from our hearts, just like the sunlight that shines each and every corner of the world. I feel so fortunate to always have your blessings and prayers with me. I can't thank you enough for grooming me to become a better person. I still have a long way to go. I'm not really sure how I got this very rare chance, but I'm deeply indebted to you and greatly treasure your association and your role in my life. Your advices are my only guidances. You always say Krishna is situated as a super soul in everyone's heart. That point has really stuck with me and has changed my outlook. I admire so many qualities of you, but the one I adore the most is your leadership quality. On one hand, you are humble, and on the other hand, you are very firm in putting your point across. I wish I become worthy enough to get 1% of this from you. I remember last year I traveled from East Coast to attend this auspicious occasion. Your pure prayers for a fallen soul like me worked so well that in just 1 month after attending your Vyasa Puja last year, I got a job here and moved to Silicon Valley. There were ups and downs, but only due to your and Guru Ma's immense mercy, I was able to face them with equanimity. Moving to West Coast was the best decision of my life, as I used to miss your association when I was in North Carolina. I feel so fortunate that now I can serve you a lot better than before. It's like Krishna's mercy and prayers and your prayers on me. You are an epitome of compassion and care. Seeing your cheerful nature brightens up my day. Having a father to protect and guide you is the best feeling for a daughter. In dire times, I get ample encouragement from you. You patiently listen to my issues and help me overcome them. You have answers to the silliest questions I ask. I used to be very afraid to go out on streets and distribute books, but with your constant encouragement has fanned the spark in me. I go out every week with senior Sankirtan leaders who follow in your footsteps and bestow their mercy on me. My target is to be able to distribute independently Srimad Bhagavatam sets. I have started to read many books which were previously just lying on my bookshelf. This has brought a meaningful change in my life. I owe all this to you, Guru Maharaj, and will try my best to carry on all your orders. My sincere desire is to make you feel proud one day. On this auspicious day, my prayers to Lord Narasimha Dev is that you continue to have a healthy life and you shower your causeless mercy on all fallen souls, especially me. I pray that I always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. I thank you with all my heart for giving me shelter and for being my father. Thank you is a very small word for what Nirakalo Mata has done for me. Her constant checks on me make me feel so protected. Thank you both of you for always being a kind support and immense source of encouragement and guidance for me. I would like to convey my heartfelt gratitude to all my God siblings without whose motivation, inspiration and guidance I would not have been able to do anything. I hope to be always engaged in service and taking your instruction and help in spreading Prabhupada's movement to my fullest capacity. Please keep me under your guidance always. Your humble daughter, Puja.
If you want to learn service to Guru and Gauranga, then you have to spend a little time with Bakta Vikas. There's one little fact unknown about him, and that is that he can close his eyes And just by hearing the sound, he can tell you the model of the car. Please welcome Bakta Vikas.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to you and all glories to Srila Prabhupada. I offer my respectful obeisances to my spiritual master, the deliverer of the fallen souls. His mercy turns the dumb into eloquent speakers and enables the lame to cross mountains. Maharaj, by your mercy, I am in excellent association. I am fortunate enough to get the opportunity for serving you and be in association of wonderful devotees. I still remember the day when I distributed my first Prabhupada book. That day I felt like I really earned something. How fortunate we are at ISV that we can carry out this important service all throughout the year under your guidance. Whenever you give classes at ISV, it feels that it is a festival. And what to say of your Palo Alto downtown monthly kirtans. I say to myself that I don't have to travel far to attend this. The holy dham is here. I remember last year when I attended Los Angeles Rath Yatra with you, you were reciting Brahma Samhita. How blissful that day was. Thank you, Guru Maharaj, for blessing me with the association of devotees here at ISV and all over the world. Listening to you has taught me not to take for granted the most important thing Krishna is giving me, your association and association of pure devotees. Praying to Krishna and a chance to bow down to the most dear friend of Krishna, your servant Bakta Vikas. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Vikas Prabhu. Let's join in welcoming Madhuripura, which means full of sweetness, and that is what he is. He is a classical singer, and he says that he's an expert at honoring prasadam. Well, Madhuripura, you have Guru Maharaj's target of eating 80 gulab jamuns in one row. He has a song that he's going to sing to you today.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Yeah, nice, thank you. Please accept my obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. The following is my offering to you. I composed into a song, and about halfway through, towards the end, I translated your pranam mantras into English, put them into rhythmic poetry. So. I never expected that the day would come when I would be anxious to wake before the sun with newfound power, when I would donate all my time to another, hour after hour. Such days habitually pass, my realization slowly amass. I can now understand my sustenance of living by this unparalleled gift you are giving. The Guru is he who sets the soul free from the onslaught of material miseries, whom like he can be, the disciple can see the soul who is serving eternally. Now you have manifested not only to save me, but by your example you help everyone to see what a true disciple of a perfect master can be, an associate of the Lord and a perfect devotee. You have shown me who I am, an eternal, blissful servant of the name. That sweet, sweet, sweet flood of nectar descending, that is our ultimate aim. As a doctor prescribes the medicine and administers the cure, you are saving me from my mind's curse. For this I can be sure. Your mercy is the panacea of the living entities. As I slept behind your wake back to the Lord's lotus feet, never did I think I would have the fortune to meet a representative of Godhead who's perfect and complete. I remember begging to the Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh please, please save me from this birth and death, this old age and disease. I only want to serve you, that's what I am expected. But by your grace, humbled by your words, I live to be corrected. Now you have manifested not only to save me, but by your example you help everyone to see what a true disciple of a perfect master can be, an associate of the Lord and a perfect devotee. Gurudev, my obeisances to thee, His Grace Vaisesika Adhikari, who is very dear to the Lord, having taken shelter at His lotus feet. Following Prabhupada enthusiastically, you fan the spark of devotion in everyone you meet. Your heart's completely free from the propensity to criticize others, whomever they may be. And you are constantly inspiring everyone to distribute the scriptures of bhakti. Now you have manifested not only to save me, but by your example you help everyone to see what a perfect disciple of a perfect master can be, an associate of the Lord and a perfect devotee. It's our family business, our family business, our family business. It's our family business. Now here's your family, your selected crew. And we're all here because we love you. Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Your insignificant beggar, Madhuri Puradas.
Let's give him a big hand. Thank you so much. A permanent fixture at the Vicks Chart Cafe in Berkeley on the weekends. Not eating chart, but distributing books. This left-arm, fast-paced bowler used to play in cricket leagues till one day he decided pursuing Krishna consciousness was a better option. And he said, no mas. Singing kirtans, and starting from single kirtans all the way to designing iPhone applications. We have Bhakta Nicole. Let's give him a big hand.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pistaya Bhutale Srimate Vaisesika Adhikari Iti Namine Namaha Praharsa Silaya Prabhupadanusarine Anindita Hade Tasmai Sastra Bhajana Chodine. Dear Guru Maharaj, Dandat Pranam, please accept our humble obeisances. There was a total darkness in my life until one evening when I visited ISV temple at Bascom Avenue in San Jose. Guru Maharaj, I saw you there first time doing kirtan with intense love for Radha Krishna. That moment was the first day of hope entered in my life. Guru Maharaj, your kirtan is a memory of lost love of Radha Krishna to me. Your Bhagavatam class is a fuel for me to move towards Radha Krishna. Because of your constant inspiration, my occasional visits to temple turn ISV temple into my regular place of worship. Sometimes I think why I am stuck here in the material world, and then Krishna sitting in my heart replies that don't worry, you have your Guru Maharaj with you and he will bring you back to me. Time to time, the storms of material moods almost turns off my lamp of faith, but your lecture is like a lighthouse for my soul which helps it return back home and lighten up my heart with the path back to Godhead. Dear Guru Maharaj, you have gifted me very simple and humble prayers to Radha Krishna, which helps me tremendously in my day-to-day life. I always think, what are the chances for a fallen soul like me to find a Guru Maharaj like you, who turned my life upside down for good? Then I thank you, Srila Prabhupada, Gaura Nitai and Radha Krishna for allowing me to serve your lotus feet. Whatever bhakti for Mahaprabhu and Radha Krishna I have is your gift to me, and I offer it to you as well. For a very few moments, I am able to remember Radha Krishna, and it is possible because of the strength of your prayers to Radha Krishna for me. I offer my mind, my body, and each and every particle of myself at your lotus feet for your service. Dear Guru Maharaj, you are always in my thoughts. You are always in my consciousness. Please make me one of your own. That is my humble request. I deeply appreciate and thank you from bottom of my heart for teaching us the art of book distribution. I especially remember one weekend this summer when you came out with us to distribute the books. I specifically remember the incident when we were crossing the road and you stopped a car and you managed to distribute Bhagavad Gita to both souls in the car. And you gave us advice, distribute this mercy to everybody. Distribute Srila Prabhupada's books to everybody.
Haribol. Thank you, Bhakta Vikas. Kamal Kant Acharya Prabhu flew all the way from Toronto, Canada to participate in the Vyasa Puja celebrations. It's his first visit to ISV, where his fame as being an expert cook had already reached. And he has been helping a lot in the kitchen since his arrival yesterday. A little known fact about him, though, is that he's a Bharatnatyam dancer, and he did his first stage performance at the age of 10. Let's give him a big hand.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Vaisesika Adhikari Iti Namine Namaha Prasashilya Prabhupada Anusarine Andadirde Tasmai Sashta Bhajana Chorine Namo Mishmadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Saminti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishishta Shunyavadi Pashada Deshadarine. Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisance. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Definition of surrender: to relinquish possession or control of something to another because of demand or compulsion. To give up in favor of another, especially voluntarily. To give up or abandon, surrender or hope. To give over or resign oneself to something, as to an emotion, surrendered himself to grief. I never gave much attention to definition of surrender until I started listening to your lectures. In almost all your lectures, you emphasized how much Srila Prabhupada was surrendered to his lotus feet of his Guru Maharaj, Gauranga and Krishna. I feel honored and fortunate enough to pass on the same message about you to others and remind myself to reflect on the mood of surrender that you have towards your Guru, Gauranga and Krishna. You fit the definition of surrender. You have relinquished your material aspirations, desires, and completely surrendered in the path of bhakti. You have surrendered to follow and spread Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission of spreading glories of chanting holy name around the world. You have surrendered to Srila Prabhupada's instruction to distribute his books throughout the world. You took Prabhupada's instruction to your heart and made it our family business and gave us the art of distributing books. It takes a lot of courage, determination, and patience to surrender oneself to the path of bhakti at a very early age of one's life. All glories to your friend, Richi Khorsa, who gave you the Back to Godhead magazine knowing you might be interested, and it inspired you in many ways. At the age of 18 or so, you decided to move into temple, told your parents that you might not be coming back home right away. Right away, you surrendered to the instructions of the temple. You took all kinds of service that came along to you. On your first or second day in being in temple, you were asked to go for book distribution. With no knowledge of book distribution, not knowing what it involves, you still surrender to the service you were asked to do. Forgive me for speculating that you might have been through a lot of ups and downs in your path of devotion in your early age. But the steady mood of surrender to Krishna you kept your enthusiasm, motivation, and service mood only for the pleasure of Krishna. In your 13 years of brahmachari life, you voluntarily surrendered your youth by abandoning your studies, non-devotee friends, all the mundane material sense gratification one gets attracted at that early age of life. You never got distracted or allured to the sensory enjoyment of this material world. You are, and will always be surrendered to continue spreading Krishna consciousness through every nook and corner of this planet Earth, following your Guru's instruction. Krishna gives one free will to change his or her ashram from brahmachari to grihastha. Even though you took that free will of being a grihastha, you and Guru Mata have been an exemplary grihastha in this moment. Without caring about each other's needs, you both have reached out and touched so many hearts of devotees with your love, affection, care, and much, much more. You both have always put others' needs before yours. Krishna has blessed me with my biological parents, but it is his causeless mercy that he has provided you both as my spiritual parents, making sure that there is no hindrance or fall down in my path of devotion by giving your mercy. I am grateful to you for accepting me as your disciple in spite of my shortcomings, giving me the opportunity to get connected to the parampara, disciplic succession. I am not qualified enough to deserve the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna. But your faith in my patience, in my practice of devotional service, gave me the faith to trust in the process of Krishna consciousness. There are going to be times in my practice of bhakti where I lament, doubt, and lose enthusiasm, lose faith, lose the mood of surrender. But I feel blessed and fortunate knowing that you and your Vani is always going to be there to direct me, guide me with the knowledge of Krishna consciousness to overcome the weakness of heart, overcome fear. I will conclude by begging for your mercy, blessings, so that I always surrender in the path of devotion. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed his Sishikastakam, Na dhanajam, na rajanam, na sundaram, kavitam va jagadi kayam, nam janam janmeshwaram, bhagavad bhakti akuti tayam. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. Your fallen servant, Kamal Kant Acharyadas.
Thank you, Kamal Kant. So if you hear a little bell during your presentation, then I just wanted to mention that we have Sudeep Sabnis Prabhu there. He's actually timing, and you all were given the times allotted. So he'll just be polite. He'll just ring the bell at strategic points, like 2-minute, 3-minute warning. Okay. Nijdham Prabhu is from Foothill Ranch in Los Angeles, and he was actually born in one of the forests of Vrindavan, Mahavan, and he can speak the Bhasha. Joining him is his wife, Priya Radhe, and their lovely daughter. Priya Radhe actually forms a team with him, and they distribute prasadam and books in the area. Please join me in welcoming them.
Our dear Guru Maharaj, Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Vaisesika Satikari Maharaj iti namine Nama Praharsha Shilaya Prabhupada Anusharine Anindita Hriday Tashmai Shastra Bhajana Chodine. Please accept our humble obeisances at your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you Guru Maharaj. We wish you a very happy appearance day. On this auspicious day, we pray to Krishna for a very long and healthy life for you. We feel utterly unqualified to sufficiently glorify you, as your glories are beyond our description. However, we would make an attempt for our own purification. Guru Maharaj, you showed your immense mercy on us by giving Harinam initiation last year during your Vyasa Puja festival, overlooking all the dirt in our hearts. We feel blessed by getting ashray at your lotus feet. We pray to Krishna that we can honor the unconditional faith and love you have shown us by always following your instructions. We want to take this opportunity to thank and congratulate you on writing the auspicious book, Our Family Business, the great art of distributing Srila Prabhupada's books for the benefit of general mass. I'm in the middle of reading this book, and my feeling that this book has the best recipe to become a good book distributor and a good devotee simultaneously. Guru Maharaj, you are the direct representative of Krishna, as you always speak based on Shastras and from the teachings of previous acharyas. The only reason you are moving in this world is to remind fallen souls like us to get up and walk on the path that leads to Krishna. We find it amazing as to how you are constantly immersed in thoughts of leading everyone to the path of Krishna consciousness. For instance, in one of your lectures, you mentioned how reciting, memorizing Brahma Samhita helps us in times of crisis like Gajendra was in. You mentioned that if we memorize prayers in this birth, they will help us in time of crisis in any of the following births like Gajendra. We hope that we take full advantage of this message of yours and try to memorize prayers. causeless mercy, we are able to have your association every year at Laguna Beach during Gaur Purnima festival. Your lectures, kirtans, interactions enthuse all of us here. You fan the spark of devotional service in whoever you meet during the visit. Your interaction with book distribution team injects new energy into the team, which keeps us going for the rest of the year. Guru Maharaj, your love for us has no bounds. In spite of your hectic schedules, you shower us with your love in the form of bhakti notes and postcards from any dham you may be visiting. Guru Maharaj, please be merciful on us fallen souls and guide us so that we can serve you to your satisfaction. Your insignificant servants, Nijdham Das.
Thank you so much. Now it is quiz time, ISV. I'm going to ask some questions, but that'll be easy. When you think of shoes, what name comes to your mind? Radha Kripa, correct. This ex-superintendent of police actually who might have chastised you for parking your car in the wrong place, has got a very kind heart. Joined by his lovely wife, Shyamlangi, who was introduced to Krishna consciousness through prasadam at Coventry. One thing led to another, and now they are here at ISV, where she actually leads directs actually the Bhakti Shastri program and assists Shivas Prabhu. Now there's one more program that she leads, and what is that? Harinam. And with them is a lovely daughter, Avantika. She needs no introduction. She tells us who are the cooks. Yes. And leads Kirtan.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Vaisesika Dasa Adhikari Iti Namine Namaha Praharsha Shilaya Prabhupada Anusarine Anindita Hridaya Tasmai Shastra Bhajana Chodine.
Dearest Guru Maharaj, please accept our respectful obeisances to your divine appearance day. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Another year has passed since your last Vyasa Puja, and this year has been extremely special. You gave us the much awaited and the most auspicious gift in the form of your book, Our Family Business. You have poured your heart in that book. Even though we are unqualified to say anything, we would like to mention certain things which we found after carefully reading your book. The book cover has a picture of Srila Prabhupada. Book starts with Srila Prabhupada. Books end with Srila Prabhupada. In each page, there is a Srila Prabhupada's, either his instructions or the quote. Book seems to be like Srila Prabhupada's instruction as it is. Book clearly expresses the mood of Srila Prabhupada and his deep desire to spread the Krishna consciousness movement all over the world. We noticed the striking similarity between your single-pointed love for your spiritual master, the love and devotion that Hanumanji has for his Lord Ram. No wonder why you love Hanumanji so much. You mentioned about your love for Hanumanji in one of your lectures. Please bestow your mercy and blessing upon us so that we can fully understand and appreciate the depth of your love and the dedication to your spiritual master one day. May you write many, many more books, and may our family business soon have a huge audience who will receive and benefit from it. Out of your causeless mercy, you have accepted me, Radha Kripadas, as your disciple by giving me Harinam initiation last year. As usual, we have started speculating about initiated name, and there were wonderful names which were discussed in our family and in the friends, and also in the temple congregations. However, you know what is best for me. After receiving the name of Radha Kripadas, I felt I got everything. I never felt so satisfied in my life as after receiving the name. Thank you, Maharaj. You truly know what is best for me.
Thank you for giving me, Shamalangi Devidasi, the service of helping out with coordinating the monthly mini festivals. Due to your surplus amount of mercy, these many festivals have moved to the next level. Thanks to your guidance and encouragement, we now have a sincere core team willing to put their time and effort to set this up. Your kirtans are so ecstatic that we always have a large crowd gathering on the sidewalk to listen to the holy name. Some of them join the dancing devotees, and some of them come to the temple after seeing our spectacular performances. ISB devotees are attending the festivals regularly and helping out in every possible way. All glories to your perfect vision and guidance on presenting the holy name in the most attractive fashion. We understand that we have a lot to do and a long way to go. Nevertheless, the journey itself is very, very satisfying. Thank you for tolerating our innumerable defects and mistakes we make during our services. Thank you for allowing us to participate in this Mahayagya with you. We pray to Lord Krishna to empower you with good health so that you can inspire millions of people to take to Krishna consciousness and spread Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan movement all over the universe. We thank our dearest Guru Mata, Nirukula Mataji, for always being so loving and merciful to us and always helping us connect with you. All glories to you and Nirukula Mataji. We would like to end with the verse which came to our attention while reading Srimad Bhagavatam recently and reminded us of you.
Anuvratanam shishyanam putranam chadvijotama anapishtam api bruyur guravo dina vatsala. O best among the Brahmanas, those who are spiritual masters are very kind to the needy. They are always kind to their followers, disciples, and sons, and without being asked by them, the spiritual master describes all that is knowledge. Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 7th chapter, 36th verse. Wishing you a very happy Vyasa Puja.
Thank you so much for a wonderful offering. Maharaj, your golden boy, Mukar Vinda, needs no introduction. That will help me cut short on the time delay that we are having. But the two naughty things he did in his life, and I wanted to share those with you. He told his parents that he was going to Pune to join as an apprentice in a software company, and instead he landed in the ashram in Pune. And then he told his parents that he was coming to USA to pursue masters, which he did, but his real motive was to come here and preach. Please give a big hand to Mukar Vinda.
Radha Kundam Girivaram Mahoradhika Madhavasham Prapto Yasya Pratita Kripaya Sri Gurum Tam Natosmi. He Guru Gyan Dadina Bandhu Swananda Data Karuneka Sindhu Avanati Sahita Avatara Prasidha Radha Pranay Prachara. Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances in the dust of your lotus feet. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Once a devotee asked you this question, how one can know who his spiritual master is, and you explained that it is not some mechanical process, but the relationship between the spiritual master and the disciple is arranged under the internal potency of the Lord. Lord Krishna instructs Sri Uddhav in Srimad Bhagavatam Nrihadeha madhyam sulabham sudurlabham plabam sukalpam gurukarnadharam mayanukailena nabhesvate ritam puman bhavabdhim nataret sahatmaha. In summary, the human body is compared to a perfectly constructed boat, having the spiritual master as the captain, so that the person can cross the of material existence. On this most auspicious occasion of your Divine Appearance Day, I want to remind my fallen self again and again, this great opportunity I have received in this human form of life is to have you as the captain of my ship. One of your godbrother in his conversation with you, great respect, addressed you as a preacher man. When we study our great Guru Sishya Parampara, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, we find that they all urge to take Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement ahead in all countries and villages. And you are perfectly following in their steps. Your mottos always has been think globally and work locally. You have nurtured this most inspiring and dedicated ISV community, and the impact of it is felt by the rest of the world. In line with the Silicon Valley, we are all here, which is filled with a giant corporation, just a startup just a few years ago, you similarly encourage us to become a spiritual entrepreneur, and given us the faith that we are backed up by the perfect venture capitalist in the form of the divine mercy of Srila Prabhupada and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Out of many spiritual qualities, I have always been inspired by you being so personal in all your interaction. Ultimately, this is one of the main things that makes us distinct from being an impersonalist. In our ISV temple, which you always have visualized as a live studio, you make even those attending online aware of your personal touch by warmly welcoming them and getting them the best of facility available so they can interact with the speaker. You have taught in your Sankirtan seminar about how we should think. I am going to meet my best friend, unquote, while knocking on an unknown person's door. This is what the mood of a spiritual word is. Your sense of humor is always out of word. Once during a class, you were sharing Brian Tracy's formula for time management, which is to ask oneself, what is the best use of my time now, unquote. After quoting this, you said in your unique style, quote, I am glad no one is leaving the room, unquote. We are so grateful to you, Maharaj, for giving us your heart in the form of our family business, the great art of distributing Srila Prabhupada's book. It is a true labor of love for the spiritual master and shows us what being a disciple really means. I was also deeply moved when you handed over the rights of OFB books to the BBT without having any personal consideration. Guru Maharaj, I am truly grateful to you for engaging me in the services that you have received from your spiritual master and your god brothers, and after fully mastering them, are handing them over to next generations, thus boosting my confidence of crossing this dangerous material existence under your loving guidance. On this auspicious occasion, I again beg you to please use my present body, mind, and word in your services as you like. And this is while reading Bhagavatam, first chapter, 7th verse, I found very appropriate, in which is praise, quote, O Creator of the universe, you are Mother, Well-wisher, Lord, Father, Spiritual Master, and worshipable deity. By following in your footsteps, we have become successful in every respect. We pray therefore that you continue to bless us with your mercy. With immense gratitude and love.
Thank you so much. Coming up next is Bhakta Dimitri. He's originally from Russia, but now he is in Denver. And he says that people think that he's grumpy, but I checked with his friends and they all find him to be very loving and actually I'm very fond of book distribution too, which gives you 2 extra points. And he reminds me of the verse, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne, he looks equally to everybody. Because he said, I'm in a relationship with Prutha. And I was like, who is Prutha? And then it turned out that Prutha is the temple cat. And he takes very care of her. So please join me in welcoming Bhakta Dimitri.
Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances, all glory to Prabhupada. It has been 2.5 years already since the Lord, by His unconditional mercy, allowed me to meet you. It was the most important life-changing meeting in my whole life. Since then I have made so many terrible mistakes, but beside all my faults, you are still always willing to help me and mercifully guide me no matter what. We all know how merciful Srila Prabhupada was. He was like a sun that pours its light everywhere without consideration, even into the most dark and dirty places. Without any doubt, you are the most perfect of His representatives. I am a terrible writer, but I just would like to say how much I feel grateful for you being always there for me and ready to put your whole heart at any moment. Whenever I think about this, I realize that there is no safer position anywhere else in the world than the position of your humble servant. I must be the greatest fool if I will ever decide to do anything else other than follow you. Thank you so much for everything you have done for me, your humble servant, Bhakta Dimitri.
Thank you so much, Bhakta Dimitri. Bhaktin Gita has been the den leader for Cub Scout. And no wonder that, when we give her some service, only one word comes to my mind, that's tigress. You give her anything and she finishes it off. She doesn't care about bodily discomforts, the amount of work we make her do, anything like that. I actually Googled and I found that there are 16 traits of tigresses. And I'm not going to recount all of them, but all of them apply to Bhaktin Gita. Please join me in welcoming Bhaktin Gita.
Dearest Guru Maharaj, Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pratishaya Bhutale Srimate Vaisesika Adhikari iti namine Nama Praharsya Shilaya Prabhu Pada Anusarine Anandit Hriday Tasme Shastra Bhajan Chodine. Please accept my humble obeisance to your lotus feet again and again. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to you. I pray to Krishna your glories keep spreading to all the corners of the three worlds, and all the fallen souls like me keep getting your mercy and show us the path of bhakti and remove all the darkness from our heart, just like the sunlight that reaches each and every corner of the world. Guru Maharaj, I am extremely grateful and very indebted to you for giving me shelter, even though I consider myself to be totally unfit for such mercy. Because of your mercy, I am able to take few steps towards a devotional service. It is my great fortune to be able to submit an offering to your lotus feet on the holy occasion of your Vyasa Puja. Every morning when I sing the Guru Puja song, one of the phrase, Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhama Jarana Bandhu, reminds me of myself as the most fallen soul, and you as my spiritual master, who is the ocean of mercy. And who has been so merciful to give shelter of his lotus feet to me. Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj, for being so merciful and accepting me as your servant. Guru Maharaj, I still remember the very first day when the evening aarti was going on and I heard you singing. I felt that I had come to a place that could not be imagined at all. I was just listening and dancing in ecstasy, as if there is nobody there except the soulful singing and Krishna. Guru Maharaj, that same feeling is there every time I hear you sing. Guru Maharaj, there are so many things that you teach us, and not just by your constant preaching and amazing lectures, but by your perfectly leading us by example. I am Grateful to you for showing the correct path of Krishna consciousness to save me from these material anxieties. I am fully indebted to you for showing this path of devotion and giving me your mercy and strength to progress spiritually. Guru Maharaj, please continue to give me your mercy to make this servant of your humbler. Give me strength to bear all the trials and troubles and make me devoid of all the material desire and personal honor. On this occasion, I pray to Krishna to give a long life to our dear Guru Maharaj so that you can save and encourage many souls like me and please Sir Srila Prabhupada. Vande Guru Shri Charana. Most fortunate to be your eternal servant.
Thank you so much, Bhaktan Gita. So tigresses sometimes do cry. People speculate in various places. They speculate at place of work. Some go to the stock market and speculate. But our dear Anan Murari Prabhu from Denver, he says that he speculates in the kitchen. So next time, if you want to know whether your cake dough is going to be bullish and rise high or is going to be bearish and go low, he's there to advise you. One thing I wanted to mention in particular was that Anan Murari Prabhu today spent time on the altar, and the beautiful turban that Mahaprabhu is wearing is his of art. The floor is all yours, Anand.
Dear Guru Maharaj, Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Shrimati Vaisesika Sarikari Namani Nama Praharsha Shilaya Prabhupada Anusarene Anandita Vedetas My Shastra Bhajana Chorini. I am directly realizing the fact that I have no strength or ability to push on the Sankirtan movement without your mercy. What to think of offer some words of glorification on this day of honoring your appearance in this world. You are a direct manifestation in my life of the Lord's incomprehensible mercy. Your embodiment of Srila Prabhupada's mood and your deep understanding of his mission and application of that mission make you an irresistible personality who comes in contact with you. I am ever the more endeared to you, the more your instructions enter into my heart, and I realize your endless love that you have for me and for all of your disciples. Indeed, Guru Maharaj, you are a conduit and distributor of the Lord's transcendental affection and an ambassador of goodwill. Please continue to think of me fondly and keep me engaged in serving you as you push forward the Sankirtan movement. You are my anchor to eternity, and even though I would have that entire time at my disposal to appreciate and thank you for your kindness upon me, I feel it would fall short of being a sufficient span of time. Not only do I lack the ability, but also as your service continues to expand, I would also never find the end. Persistently desiring to serve your lotus feet, your aspiring servant, Anan Murari Das.
Thank you so much, Anan Murari Prabhu. Coming up next is a family, Vishwapati Nityanand Das and Rupashri Vasudha, and then lovely daughter, Rohini. They actually have been associated with ISV for a very long time, going back to 18 years ago, when ISV was actually called ISKCON of San Jose. And it was a very small, temple in a house in New Jersey Avenue. And Rohini actually joined them joined ISKCON while she was still in the womb of her mother. The entire family is engaged in lots of services that they do, whether it's garland making, whether it's distributing books, whether it's cooking, chopping, cleaning. And my most favorite is when Vishwapati Prabhu sprinkles holy water on all of us. Thank you so much for your services. Let's give them a big hand.
Hare Krishna, wishing you happy Vyasa Puja. Hare Krishna. Dear Vaisesika Prabhu, please accept our humble obeisances All glories to Srila Prabhupada. What we see in ISB now and what was 18 years ago shows a big change in every aspect, from cooking standards, garland making, cleanliness, and book distribution. And it is only because of you. Your leadership and teaching is inviting more and more people to become Krishna conscious. We always feel very inspired by your lectures, kirtan, and instructions. We miss your presence during Kartik. This is something amazing for ISB compared to what it was in the year 1998. Because of your love for Srila Prabhupada, we pray that we also can follow your footsteps and seek your blessings for further advancement. Our best wishes for a long and healthy life. Your humble servants, Vishwapati Nityananda Das, Rupasi Vasudha Devi Dasi, and Rohini. Krishna.
Thank you so much. There are three things that I'd like to share about my sweet god sister, Karunya Shakti Devi Dasi. One is that she likes to surf, which is a fun activity. Second, that she likes to read books, which is fun. We are in that business. And the third thing is that she likes to take tests. Now that one is a winner. Please join us in welcoming Karunya Shakti Devi Dasi.
Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances and all glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to you on this auspicious day of your appearance. My, how time flies. It literally feels like just yesterday that I was sharing transcendental with you and my god brothers and god sisters at your Vyasa Puja. I know it was transcendental association because nowhere in this in material association are people wondering how they are going to smuggle onto an airplane water that someone's feet had been washed in. But these were not just someone's feet, these were your feet. The same feet that some of us have taken shelter of as a way back to Godhead, and others who have envisioned them as a vehicle back to Godhead. I still have the visual of Madura sailing back to Godhead after you've drop-kicked him. I remember so clearly you asking for reflections at the end of the Vyasa Puja weekend together last year, and in my selfishness, all I could think of was the one letter that Anan Murari Prabhu read from one of your god brothers. In that letter, he mentioned that you would write many more books in the future. All I could think, oh, how will I ever live through that separation again? But all of the selfishness ceased when I saw how meaningful it was to you when you offered the finished project to your spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, while we were all in Mayapur Dham for Yatra. I loved you more at that time than I knew it was possible, and I made a commitment to my practice and to serving you. There is only one memory more dear to me than those I experienced in India with you this year, but that was the night you gave me Harinam initiation. As the bananas burned in the sacrificial fire, I thought to myself, how appropriate that my former life is represented by a bunch of bananas. The Disciples' Course teaches that one should not choose their spiritual master based on their style of lecturing or their personality or on how well they do kirtan. Perhaps they have never heard your lectures or laughed at your jokes, and they certainly could not have heard your sonorous voice singing Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's songs. I lovingly recall how you transported us all to a different place while seemingly on the third floor of the Vaishnava Academy in Mayapur. As I heard of universities encircling places that I had recently visited in India, I took great satisfaction knowing that my Guru Maharaj would never take part in such material mundaneness, and the only stories he would ever tell about Vrindavan or Mayapur would be those involving Krishna or Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. Thank you for teaching, guiding me, and inspiring me to grow and push myself in my sadhana. I am determined to please you and serve you to the best of my ability. I believe that the best prayer one can offer is I believe that the best prayer one can offer is one of gratitude. Thank you. Your humble servant, Karunya Shakti Devi.
Thank you so much for the beautiful offering. He cooks for Krishna, and he cooks with love and a lot of cashews. The kitchen is spotlessly clean when he's done. He has cooked countless breakfasts for us on Saturday mornings, which we all have honored. That is our Bakta Prabhu. The good news is that he's the head cook for today's feast.
Oh boy, I wrote a lot. Sit tight. My Vaisesika Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to your service, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This has been an exciting year for you and for all of us at ISKCON Silicon Valley. The advent of your long-awaited book, your travels to faraway places to initiate and preach for Prabhupada, and dedication to the success of ISV. I have tried very hard this year to increase the standards for the kitchen and the deity worship for you. Knowing you are pleased and that the standard is increasing only serves to inspire me to live by your motto, always better service. Should have had some water before I came out. I am happy to report that the kitchen certification course was updated per your request and that it was a huge success. I also have worked closely with Jagarini Prabhu and others to improve the Pujari room so that the deity's paraphernalia is better taken care of. We've had several Pujari meetings and we are moving towards making our worship spectacular. The garlands are looking wonderful and the flowers have increased, all because of your keen eye and desire to be the best. This has all been possible because you're the inspiration and visionary to keep us moving. After all, this is a movement, isn't it? You are the quintessential and leader at ISV. I have tried to avoid criticizing devotees because of your example and requests of us. Shraddha knew I'd cry. Again, it's progress, and soon I pray for perfection. I was disappointed that I could not attend the yatra this past year, and will pray that I can be the best year, mostly because your association is so special. Now I need glasses. I pray that this finds you in the best health and spirits as you continue to serve Srila Prabhupada and be the shining example for all of us.
Thank you so much, Bakta Prabhu. Coming up next is Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu. He is actually a second generation devotee. His father, His Grace Gauridas Prabhu, Gauridas Pandit Prabhu, Gauridas Pandit Prabhu. And because of his association, he had the good opportunity to live in ashram for many years in California as well as in Florida. These days he's studying for a bachelor's in theology at the Bhakti Vedanta College. And then he's also actually pursuing a separate course on the side, which is to do with giving people life coaching for people so that they get the right direction in life. For work, he actually takes care of seniors who have got dementia. And we all know that people who have dementia are very good candidates for preaching Krishna consciousness because they have forgotten everything. He likes to write poetry. And he wrote one for you, which he's going to sing today.
Right. Trying to keep this, thank you. Happy Vyasa Puja to you. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimati Vaisesika Adhikari iti namane Nama Praharsha Shilaya Prabhupada Sarane Ananda Daharate Tasmai Shastra Bhajana Jodane. I bow to you, my Guru Dev, Vaisesika Dasa, reputed sage, most dear to Krishna on this earth, completely sheltered by the Lord. Enthused in service mood, you are the follower of Prabhupada. You find no fault in others' ways and give to all the scriptures word. Exemplar of the tenets laid by previous authorities, I see in you the way to be a Sukhi Nada honest free. Your friends are all great devotees, the envious you leave alone. Your smile is irresistible and moves the people to respond like marble pillar, pure and tall. You sit with us on a early dawn and hear yourself chant Krishna's name. Intent is your mood. You read with focus every day and count the pages to complete a chapter, and the Bhagavat, enriched with taste, it's ever new. Distributor of holy books like Bhagavat and SSR, percentages, events, and doors, it's hard to measure your success. You lead amongst your Guru's group of Sankirtan devotees with the order of Mahaprabhu to share the truth with all you meet. Our family business you release, so now we all receive the chance to learn the trade and set our goals to flood the world with holy sound, with insights into stories, verse, and definitions, roots of words. You make the English language fresh and teach with Bhakti Marg. You love the Dham and go each year on yatra around the Govardhan. Yet travel wide, inspiring all to follow you the path to home. Your purpose is to spread the talks about and spoken by the Lord. Japan and Denver, ISV, I wonder when you'll visit me. You fan the spark of the sincere, despite our faults that linger on. Your heart is set to bring in us the soul's potential glory full. And so you keep a watch on me and strengthen my good qualities like and fish and tortoise do. From far you care for needy youth. What in one day of Brahma can't be said or wrote to full intent is gratitude that's to pay the Guru found in heart and form. I thank you 'cause you gave me the transformative, exciting life. So says the servant of your feet, Dameshwar Das, be pleased with me.
Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu, thank you very much. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 9.4, Maya tatam idam sarvam, I pervade everything. You have to go to Bhaktin Pramila Goda's home to realize that every niche and corner of her house, Krishna has captured it, whether it is the walls, or whether it is the altar, whether it's the refrigerator, whether even if it's the key holder, you'll find Krishna everywhere in her home. Talented sister of mine, she used to teach our kids arts and crafts. Please offer your obeisances, and let's give a big hand to Bhaktin Pramila.
Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Vaisesika Adhikari iti namini Nama Praharsha Silaya Prabhupadanusarine Anindita Hriday Tasmai Sastra Bhajana Kodini. Dear Guru Maharaj, Happy Vyasa Puja. You Maharaja at Shukeshwari Mataji's home. At the same time, I was looking for devotee association. I was wondering how an American was giving such a nice speech about Krishna and had embraced Krishna consciousness. It amazed me beyond my belief. We are so lucky that you have strengthened our faith and undying belief in Sri Krishna, because of which I introduced myself and my family to you. Slowly, I could correlate the teachings of Sri Krishna in the Gita with your teachings. I believe Krishna talks to me through his teachings and comes to my rescue whenever I am in doubt. From that day onwards, we were a part of an awesome spiritual family, ISV. I didn't get an opportunity to meet you personally in the temple, so I started involving myself in other service activities. You mesmerized me, Maharaja, when you spoke about Hanuman and his special relationship with Sri Rama. I once heard you speaking what are the values and characteristics of a devotee. These teachings have helped bring positive changes in my life. I was wandering and searching for spirituality for a long time. When I met you after hearing you a couple of times, I approached you to become your disciple. After taking shelter, I see a lot of positivity everywhere. Every day I see the miracles of God. I wish to follow and implement your teachings in my daily routine, which I know will bring me closer to Sri Krishna, always wanting to be your servant. Bhaktin Pramila Goda. Once again, Vyasa Puja wishes to you from all our family, Srinivasa, Abhijit, Akshaj, Bhaktin Pramila Goda. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much for your beautiful offering. So, Maharaj, on the last Radha Ashtami day, somebody had dialed in and they had said that they were actually in the office and they were tuned into ISV, and you had jokingly talked about Parikiya Bhav, where you're supposed to be with someone and you're thinking about someone. So no wonder the employees actually are always, they're worried. Employers are always worried that what are my employees doing? Are they talking to the family? Are they out on the golf course? And so on and so forth. But Bakta Carl's, I think Carl was next. So can we have Carl maybe? Introduce him. Okay, well, we'll keep it a secret. I'm sorry about that. Okay, come. She opened her house and her heart to the Sankirtan movement. Mother of 2 lovely kids. One is in the medical, Neil, and lovely daughter, Nisha. She is actually an epitome of love and warmth. And she likes to stay behind the scene and do all the work, all the way from shopping for, organizing shopping for the various festivals, and the diametrically opposite for ISV. And in between all this, she teaches too, and in between all this, I don't know how she finds time to do pottery, and she comes up with beautiful pieces. One of them is in my home, which I admire every day. Thank you so much, Sonal Mataji, for all that you do and for coming in today to read your offering. A big hand to Sonal Mataji.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. It seems that mere words are not enough when you are and have been a great source of inspiration, not only to me, Neil and Nisha, but the whole congregation of ISV and beyond. Your talks help me advance in my spiritual life. Your kirtans are beyond, and your postings on Shravanadi Jal are my confident boosters for the day. All these together arouse a great sense of tranquility and a renewing of the mind, which is very important to me, as I sometimes feel I'm falling into an abyss of mental deterioration. Your invigorating talks never fail to give me renewed hope and instill in me a sense of peace and security, so that there is no inward struggle, no conflict, and no contradiction. I humbly pay tribute to you and pray that you continue to inspire me, Neil and Nisha, today, tomorrow, and always. Your humble servant.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So now you're going to have feelings of deja vu, because I'm going to repeat. So, like I was saying that last Radha Ashtami, Guru Maharaj was talking about Parikiya Bhav, as some employees were actually sitting at work, but they were tuned to the ISV program. And employers in general worry about what their employees are doing, whether they are out playing golf or whether they are doing some other job. Maybe they're having 2 jobs and not telling them. But Bakta Carl's employers have no idea what he's doing. He trains exotic birds, and on the sly, he's teaching them how to say Gauranga and Haribol. Please join me in welcoming Bakta Carl.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimati Vaisesika Adhikari iti namane Nama Praharsha Srilaya Prabhupada Ananditi Shride Tasmai Shastra Bhajana Chodane. Dearest Gurudev, Lately, I've been realizing how much you influence me by way of the words that emanate from your lotus mouth. Not a day goes by that I don't refer to something that I have heard you say. Your talks are always compassionate, encouraging, insightful, and practical. Sometimes they are lighthearted and sometimes grave. In all cases, they penetrate my dark heart and dull mind to infuse me with the hope that I may one day become Krishna conscious. The most important thing I learned from you is to keep the vibration going. I take this point very directly. The first thing I do every morning is start a recording of Srila Prabhupada chanting japa to purify the atmosphere while I chant my own rounds. On the way to work and on breaks, I listen to your talks, and I continue when I get home. I read Srimad Bhagavatam every night before bed. Taking shelter of the transcendental vibration in this way, I feel safe and protected from morning till night. You often say, what we appreciate appreciates. By your mercy, I have developed a little taste for hearing about Krishna and associating with devotees. The more I listen to topics about Krishna, the more I want to hear. The more I relish spending time with the devotees, the more opportunities to do so seem to appear. This proves that what you say is true. All we have to give in this world is our attention and our intention. This is another point you often make. I am reminded that I have endless choices of where to place my attention from day to day, but when I fix my attention on things related to Krishna, the worldly clamor diminishes. One of the most practical things you have taught me is to work with what I have right now. I try not to drift into morbid reflection about the past or to engage in speculating about the future. I approach each day with an eye towards what I can do to strengthen my sadhana and deepen my relationship with the devotees. I note every small improvement and build upon it. In this way, I feel I have gained a little traction in devotional service. When you say, it's not what you know, it's who you know, you help me to understand the power of association. As you point out, even in mundane matters, connections are often more important than qualifications. As long as I remain in the shade of your lotus feet, I know I'll be safe no matter what may come. To me, one of the sweetest things you talk about is staying on the field until the clock runs out. When I think about this, I realize that what a fortunate soul I am to have come in contact with, and especially with you. From these words, I can understand that despite my lack of qualification and innumerable faults, if I stick close to you and to the devotees, I won't be lost in the wilderness of birth and death. As you have said, even the worst player on the winning team also wins. All glories to you, dear Gurudev. I pray that you may see a glimmer of gratitude in my faltering words. Thank you for everything you do for me. Affectionately, Bakta Carl.
Haribol. Thank you so much. His interest in Shastras skyrocketed after he came to ISV. So that's your mercy, Guru Maharaj. Thank you for that. If you go to his house, every wall, and I mean every wall, is covered with shlokas. His wife dances like a gopi. She is very much interested in deity worship and follows the Archana Padati very strictly. She actually takes care of our Harinam Sankirtan, the beautiful deities, Gaurnatai, that we have. And throughout the year, she has only one meditation. How can I go to the Dham? How can I go to the Dham? And I was personally very lucky to have the association of Kuldeep Prandas and his lovely wives, Mantini Sakhi Devidasi at Jagannath Puri.
I'm too much nervous in front of Praj. Namayong Vishnupadaya Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Vaisesika Dasadhikari Niti Namine. Dear Vaisesika Prabhu, please accept our most humble prostrated obeisances at your lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Even though we are completely qualified to write an offering for an extremely exalted Vaishnava like your grace, on this auspicious occasion of your grace's divine appearance, you are taking this golden opportunity to glorify you, to purify ourselves. In Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, 158, it is said that Jibe Shakhat nahi tate Guru Chaitya Rupe, Shikha Guru hoy Krishna Mohanto Sharupe. Since one cannot visually experience the presence of the Super Soul, he appears before us as a liberated devotee. Such a spiritual master is none other than Krishna himself. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, being causelessly merciful upon us, sent your grace as a Guru in our lives. In every step of our devotional life, Krishna is guiding us through your divine instructions. Whenever we attend your class, it gives us immense impetus to execute devotional service and act as a tonic against the day-to-day clumsiness in our personal sadhana. We feel charged up to delve in the matter of devotional service more sincerely and feel inspired to read his scriptures on a regular basis.
Dear Father, we see in Brahma Samhita the description of the devotees who are the resident of eternal abode of Golok Vrindavana, who are Katha Gyanam Nadam Ganam. That is, every word is a song, every gait is a dance. We feel that you perfectly embodied that mode. Your every word is like a song, a hymn. Every movement, every posture is like a dance step. And you are always radiant with spiritual ecstasy. Even though you were surrounded by so many devotees, still you were grave and individual. And we never saw you carried away by the haste of the moment. Your grace has taken the service of book distribution as the soul of your preaching mission. You have inspired innumerable souls to take up this service, and the count is growing up each passing day. Your recently published book, Our Family Business, has already become a textbook for transcendental book distributors around the globe, and it will inspire all the devotees in future, millennia after millennia. But you never confined your service to the distribution only. You inspire each and every one to read books of our acharyas on a daily basis. Fortunately, even after hearing so many lectures about the glories of book distribution, we have never taken this service sincerely so far. We hope that we can do some small service for pleasure of you in near future on a regular basis.
Dear Prabhuji, we are eternally indebted to you and Her Grace Nirukula Mataji for being the example of topmost living Bhagavat. Srila Prabhupada's compassion is bestowed upon us through your constant presence. We beg forgiveness at your lotus feet for the offenses we have made so far. On this auspicious occasion, we pray to their Lordship Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Sriman Mahaprabhu and Sri Lakshmi Narsingha to keep you healthy always and give us your association for the rest of our lives. Your insignificant Klodip Parandash.
Thank you so much. Shivas Pandit Prabhu coming up next does not require any introduction. If Kuldip Pran Prabhu's walls are covered with shlokas, if you go to Shivas Prabhu's room, there are no walls because there's only books over there. For the benefit of Gaura Shakti, I'm telling this, that he's married to Malini Devi Dasi, the Ace book distributor, and he's raising a wonderful kid, Geeta Priya. And trying to say anything about this family is like, showing a torchlight to the sun. So I won't speak much, but one thing I do have to say. ISV, we are successful at book distribution. It's because of two things. Of course, the inspiration from Guru Maharaj. And the second is that Shivas Prabhu painstakingly teaches us what is in those books, which makes it so much more easy for us to distribute them. Thank you so much for being a resident Pandit. Hare Krishna.
Dear Vaisesika Prabhu, please accept my most humble obeisances at your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Often it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam about the priceless association of great souls. Srimad Bhagavatam boldly asserts, for those who are traversing through the realm of life and death, there is no greater benediction than saintly association, surpassing even the liberation itself. What to speak of promotion to heavenly planets? You are the emblem of compassion and pure devotion to the Lord. Thank you for your priceless association. 16 years ago, when my spiritual master initiated me, and I was flung from India to Silicon Valley, it was into your very safe hands and at the shelter of your lotus feet. Often, over those years, your guidance, your compassion, your friendship, your deep love for all the devotees have infinitely made it better, and we are eternally grateful. All of your Diksha disciples have spoken, and this Diksha disciple, though unworthy of your discipleship, begs that may you be pleased and may you shower your causeless mercy. And one selfish reason why I stay here, which is, I'm sure, shared by my God brothers and God sisters, is that you have such deep affection, and our spiritual master, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, has such deep affection for you that he makes it a point to come here every year to ISV, and we are very, very, very grateful for that. Thank you very your sense of taking care of others, even though they are your Siksha or Diksha, truly gives, and you see no difference between them. That is truly remarkable and amazing. And I just wanted to come from your Siksha disciple rather than your Diksha disciple. So I am eternally grateful, and I recommend that anybody who does that is truly fortunate. I pray forever to be in your association, and may Sri Sri Radha and Madan Mohan give you health, long life, and truly your joyous presence as long as we can get here at ISV, so that forever we may be to go back home, back to Godhead. Thank you very, very much. Your servant, Shivas Pandit.
Thank you, Shivas Prabhu. Next, Maharaj, we have a beautiful offering from your God brother, His Grace Bhagavad Acharya Prabhu. And I'm going to request Nurakla Mataji to do the honors of...
You want me to sit there? Thank you. Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Acharya Prabhu is a very dear friend of Prabhu's, our God brother. He was the temple commander at the Krishna Balaram Mandir when it first opened. And then he was temple president for many years in London, where he was known for creating a really wonderful family atmosphere. He's always been a good friend and well-wisher of Prabhu's. And when he can't make it to Govardhan, he will be on Skype. He participates by Skype. So he's always there because he just loves to hear and chant. So he makes that arrangement, and this is his offering. For you, Vaish. Such innocence and guilelessness as I have ever seen. Your inner self and outer self are both completely clean. The one is like the other because you are full with transcendental knowledge, revealing yourself, revealing your true and pure. Your intelligence and mind are like crystal, not veneer. It beggars all belief, but there you are, as far as I can see, completely free from any doubt or fear. No hypocrisy can be found in you. You are transparent, so radiant and clear. You have no secrets to conceal, no bitter dregs. Nothing from your past that does congeal to stick to the soul of a man, like gum or glue to the sole of his shoe. No barnacles of sin boring deep within the hull of your ship of knowledge. Nothing dragging on your consciousness to make you weak or dull. You sail the winds of swirling time as captain of your ship of bhakti pure, full rig intact. No broken masts or tattered sails, your direction is fixed and sure. You call me brother, you call me friend, you treat me as an equal. Ask for my advice, by me to be directed, you stand to be corrected. Such greatness of character and strength of heart comes from fealty to Srila Prabhupada till now, without deviation, right from the start. There is no duplicity or deviousness in you, such simplicity of purpose, so pure and so true. You are a perfect example of what a sincere disciple in the hands of Gauranga and Guru can, in fullness of time, come to do. I wish you all success in your great mission of distribution of the book. For my part, I humbly ask that I may be that little hook where your book bag is hung. I pray that the Lord will keep you from all harm, and that, like our Gopa Kumar of you may stay forever young. Hare Krishna.
Haribol. Thank you so much, Nurakla Mataji. So when I read the Bhagavatam Maharaj and when Lord Brahma is speaking, then I can hardly understand the Sanskrit. It's so hard. And then I think that, of course, it is Lord Brahma who's speaking. And I get the same feeling when you are talking to this person on spiritual topics, and that is His Grace Rasanath Prabhu. He's a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, and he left a very lucrative career in the stock area, investment banking on Wall Street, and decided to become a monk. His lovely wife, Vrindavan Vinodini Mataji, we have seen, she visited here earlier. She's an expert kartalist in to people who come for yoga practice and exposes them to Krishna consciousness through blogs and her kirtans. She badly wanted to come here, but because of some visa issues, she could not make it. But I'm sure that Vrindavan Vinodini is watching us. She's here with us in spirit, and she is smiling. Is not big as yours. She said that his smile is so big that sometimes you can't see his eyes. Please join us in welcoming Rasanath Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. I'm only here because of the this sincere desire of my wife and the blessings of my dear friend Hari Prasad. Dearest Vaisesika Prabhu, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Prabhupada. All glories to your boundless enthusiasm for bringing the world to Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet. Rarely a day goes by that your name and that of Nirakula Mataji's doesn't come up in our conversations. We are always marveling at the great fortune that has brought you into our lives. Who are we to deserve such a loving uncle and mentor as yourself? What to speak of being the recipients of Nirakula Mataji's incredible love and affection? You're truly following in Srila Prabhupada's footsteps. And as the saying goes, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Just as Srila Prabhupada exhibited an ocean of beautiful qualities, similarly, you possess such qualities. Of the innumerable qualities that endure you to the hearts of all you meet, the one that touches our hearts the most, one, you are a happy devotee. In the purport to Srimad Bhagavatam 1:2-19, Srila Prabhupada writes, a living being in his normal constitutional position is fully satisfied in spiritual bliss. This state of existence is called Brahmamutta or Atmananda, or the state of self-satisfaction. By scrutinizingly studying Srila Prabhupada's books, chanting the holy names with great attention, associating with like-minded Vaishnavas, dedicating your life to book distribution and serving the devotees, you have shown us the words of the Bhagavatam are true. It is possible to be fully satisfied in spiritual bliss. All it requires is deep intentionality, conviction, and unshakable determination. In times of anxiety and doubt, guidance and affection has given us strength and invaluable new perspectives in seeing how Krishna's energies are manifesting and helping to bring us closer to him and his devotees. Your words ring with realization and are powerfully impactful because you have done the hard work yourself. Thank you and Nirakula Mataji for being our greatest cheerleader. Thank you for always taking the time to give us your invaluable Sangha. Please know that we cherish it and keep the gems of realizations we receive from you at the forefront of our consciousness. We pray to Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan that the coming years will bring us closer together in heart and service by giving us opportunities to serve you both. With all our love and great affection, your aspiring servants, Vrindavan, Vinodini, Devidasi, and Rasanath Das.
Haribol, so much. If you have ever wondered why Srila Prabhupada looks extraordinarily beautiful and happy on his Vyasa Puja day, there's a reason behind it. When you see him at 7 o'clock in the morning, he has spent hours with a wonderful devotee, Yamuna Mataji, who after a really long night on Janmashtami comes back again in the wee hours to decorate Srila Prabhupada. And as Prabhupada would say, anything she does is first class. Whether it is garland making, it's decorating the altar, whether it is cooking feast, or whether it is making sure that people have the right vegetables and eat the right kind of food. She's very conscious and passionate about that, and raising two lovely kids, Jayashri and Ramananda. The good news is that she has spotted in the kitchen for the last few days. So I can only tell that good things are coming your way. Thank you so much, Yamuna Mataji, for all that you do for us.
Happy Appearance Day, Vaisesika. Okay. Dearest Srila Vaisesika Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, and all glories to you on this most auspicious day. I wrote a little poem. It's called I know that name was already taken by a rock song, but hopefully it won't sound like that. The wind is blowing so incredibly strong, it can be hard to even stand. And still I venture out alone, against all good advice and wisdom, wandering directionless in the storm. I'm scared and have no clear vision. The cold rains pierce my skin like tiny arrows. My knees cut up from being knocked down. Finally, I see it. The light of the shelter. There's a tiny home that I run into. It feels as if I've been here before, but I cannot find my key. How many copies have you already made for me? Still, without my key, you open the door. Your endless mercy carries no judgment or blame. Outside, the hurricane rages on with horrendous torrents, but inside there's a fire crackling, providing warmth and light, and the walls are lined with books, and the air is filled with mantras, and I've never felt so at home, that I wish I could stay forever. But I had to venture back out into the storm, to work in the world, and to find my husband, and to find my children, and try to bring them back to you. But oh, I get so lost sometimes, and the wind and rain are so strong. I hardly know which way is up, let alone the directions of east. I take out my map, but it's hard to understand, and this hurricane seems to have no end. It's dark and cold and dangerous, and yet, finally I find your shelter again. But I've lost my key for the gazillionth time. Gazillionth time. You open the door for me anyway once again. This year we all feel so fortunate that we've been able to receive the greatest gift of your book finally being released. Reading your words is a clear path to your realizations and inspirations. The greatest day of my year, I wrote year, but it's kind of like one of the greatest days of my life. It was right up there with the birthdays of my kids and things like that. It was so great to be there in Mayapur when you offered your book to Srila Prabhupada and all the presiding deities in Mayapur. I feel so blessed to have been there personally. Thank you a million times for endlessly providing me shelter. Your aspiring servant, Jamuna Devi Dasi. And Jayashree's been practicing for a couple weeks, so here we go. Okay, we'll sing. It's okay. We're kind of shy. No, we don't. Okay, yeah.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Thank you, Yamuna Mataji, and thank you, Jayashri. Srila Prabhupada uses the word dovetail in many of his translations. In whose life the word dovetail fits completely. It is Hari Sankirtan Prabhu and Radhika Prem Mataji. Radhika Prem Mataji is super talented, very gifted, and no wonder she runs the gift shop at the temple. She is beautiful, earrings, and she sells them and donates all the profit towards Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you so much, Radhika Mataji, for all that you do. For those of you who have relished the Chappan Bhoga, so Hari Sankirtan Prabhu does not need any introduction. Very, very dedicated, a very wonderful father. He actually is usually the last person to leave the temple because he makes sure that all the trash has been kept out. You get to know about other traits of Hari Sankirtan Prabhu if you join the Bhakti Vaibhav class, because then we come to know about his deep scriptural knowledge. And actually, one little thing I wanted to share was that we always push Srivas Pandit Prabhu that, please postpone the exam. But Hari Sankirtan Prabhu said, I'd rather fail the exam, but I'll give it now. So, bravo. Thank you so much. The floor is all yours.
Thank you. There's an exaggeration, but thank you. Dear Vaisesika Prabhu, please accept our humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. We would like to wish you a very wonderful birthday and a very long life. We pray to the deities and our acharyas to empower you and allow us to be part of your mission to serve Srila Prabhupada. You are a constant source of inspiration, encouragement, enthusiasm, and a true guide and friend for all of us. You have a cheerful nature. You are us, inquire about our welfare, and look after our needs. You are an expert in finding the good qualities in us, nurturing them, and ensuring that it's used in the service of Krishna. When we are around you, it seems a completely different world. It is very difficult for us to enthusiasm in dancing, kirtan, or reading the Shastras. But we can just pray that if we can imbibe even a drop of your enthusiasm, our lives will be fruitful. We cannot thank you enough for all that you do for us personally and spiritually. We are very grateful to Kula Mataji for considering us as your children and being there for us when we need you. We would also like to ask forgiveness for all the mistakes we might be committing in our services and our dealings with Vaishnavas. We pray again to the Lordships. We pray again that the Lordships bless us so that we can be in your association forever. Thanking you, your servants.
Hari Bol. Thank you, Prabhu. Two Radha Ashtamis ago, Maharaj, you had painted a very beautiful picture of the US Freeway 101, filled with people with kartals in their hands and singing Radhe Jai Jai Madhav Daite. And the offices filled with people who were responding to the call. That picture to manifest, there is a lot that needs to be done. And the good news is that the work has already started. Our dear Gaurav Verma Prabhu, he has picked up the baton, and his secret dream, I think, is to make sure that everybody knows how to sing and how to play some sort of. His dedication is really, really commendable. His patience is amazing. I'm one of his students, so I know that, and a difficult one at that. He is willing, he keeps on reminding us, he's willing to redo the lessons, adapt them to choose your style, come what may. So this year, for reading the offerings for SP departments, we unanimously chose Gaurav Verma Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Dear Vaisesika Prabhu, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. We would like to wish you a very wonderful appearance day and a long day, and pray to the deities and acharyas to empower you and allow us to be part of your mission to serve Srila Prabhupada. You are a constant inspiration, encouragement, enthusiasm, and a true guide and a friend for all of us. You are an expert in finding the good qualities in us, nurturing them, and ensuring that it's used in the service of Krishna. We thank you for putting your time and effort in writing down your lifetime of learning in the book which will continue to change the lives of many a people. At ISV, we have continued the process of consolidation, improvement, and in certain cases broken new frontiers, the seeds of which were sown long time back. Book distribution has been a heart and soul, and the MSF, which we used to run for many years, has now become WSF, Weekend Sankirtan Festival, and some devotees have taken it forward with the Weekday Warriors Initiative, I beg your pardon. The kids Sankirtan team has grown huge, and now we have multiple teams going to various towns for book distribution. The single-man army of Selva Prabhu continues to break record numbers for smart boxes installed, books distributed, and Lakshmi collected. The monthly Harinam has made tremendous improvements, and every event is a mini festival in itself. We have multiple book tables at the event, record numbers in terms of books distributed and Lakshmi collected. This was the first year we have started having Harinam even when it's raining. We have had tremendous support from various devotees in terms of participation. Bakta Prabhu is taking a lot of efforts to ensure that all cooks at ISV are trained to meet the standards. The Sunday feast and the festival menus have been consistently opulent, and it's thanks to the effort of all the cooks and others who help in preparing, cleaning, etc. We have been cooking for around 250 people for Sunday feasts and over 300 for festivals. The Pujari room is going to get a major overhaul. The dressing has been going on nicely with some slight improvements to the style of dressing that is more fitting with how Srila Prabhupada trained the devotees. Several new Brahmins have been trained, and more will be trained to take up Pujari services. The flower department has had some changes for the better. The style of garlands have been improved, and the hard-working garland makers are enjoying the different types of flowers they get to use. The temple decoration team also put in a lot of effort to ensure that the temple is decorated for people. Bhakti Shastri continues to have a packed schedule with even young kids now amongst the students, along with 2 Bhakti Vaibhav courses, all thanks to our beloved teacher, His Grace Srivas Pandit Prabhu. A new initiative, Read My Books, that was launched, that devotees have an opportunity to read Srila Prabhupada's books cover to cover, was well received, and we hope that it will continue. ISV Chad continues to encourage more and more people to read a chapter daily from Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Kirtan program has taken great strides, and we are having Kirtan programs regularly at houses of devotees and non-congregation members, thus giving an opportunity for new people to hear the Mahamantra. More than 45 programs have been conducted in the last 1 year. Lot of devotees have started to learn harmonium with the intention of developing into good Kirtaniers. The Western Outreach Program is also doing regular programs to help Westerners connect with Krishna. ISV Extension Program was launched to ensure that various programs being conducted by various devotees are under a common umbrella and are aligned with the goals and standards set by the ISV board. ISV Connect is working to streamline devotee care and engagements. They are making good progress to assure of safety, confidentiality, and problem resolution by engaging right stakeholders. Sunday school has open capacity with around 80 students. We are planning to have multiple batches for each group and are also figuring out how to accommodate the growing needs of bigger space. The children are also engaged in various activities like kirtans, gardening, and recently started helping in the kitchen also. We also had a child protection seminar, and there is a plan in works to develop procedures and implement them for the safety of our children. Financially, we continue to do quite well thanks to the generous contributions from our congregation. We do have challenges at ISV, but by the blessings of senior Vaishnav and cooperation amongst devotees, we continue to grow. We are very grateful to you and to Nirakala Mataji for considering us as your children and being there for us when we need you. We pray again that the Lordships bless us so that we can be in your association forever. Your servants, Team ISV.
Haribol. I'd like to introduce Jadu Thakurdas, who has been singing in the choir for the last 12 years with his lovely wife sitting at the back, Radhika Priya Devidasi. He's very soft and kind-hearted. Jadu Thakur Prabhu has found his niche to make sure that he fans the sparks of those who are in the prison. Balwanitai Das, who was initiated last year, is a fine example of his efforts. So today he's going to read an offering, not his offering, but an offering from another Bhakta, Bhakta Joseph Powell, who is also in prison. Thank you so much, and let's give a big hand.
Maharaj. As I read this, please imagine yourself being the only devotee in a facility with 4,000 people. You're the only devotee. Hare Krishna, my dear Guru Maharaj. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vaisesika Adhikari Iti Namine Nama Praharsha Shilaya Prabhupada Anusarine Anintida Hrideya Tasmai Shastra Bhajana Chodine. On this very special occasion of your Vyasa Puja, I am so honored to be allowed a chance to express my gratitude to you. When I was first told of you, it was with the strong recommendation that I seek your shelter with all my heart, that you were the greatest hope for such a fallen soul as I. And over the past 2 years, I have come to know this as the absolute truth. Through your Shradavani Jal posts and the guidance of your dear servant Jadu Thakur Prabhu, your teachings, your enthusiasm and love have come alive in my heart. I have found the guidance and inspiration I so desperately need. How clear your light has become. In his bhajan, Amito Durjana Ati Sada Durachar, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur so wonderfully expresses the position in which I have for so long existed. I am certainly a wicked person, always performing sinful actions. For millions and millions of births I have not been able to gain release from this predicament. Who is so merciful within the material universe as to pick up such a sinner and take me close to himself? But now I have the answer to this age-old question. That person is you. Your heart to me and offered the greatest hope of returning back to my beloved in the spiritual sky. Your mercy, dear Gurudev, is all I have, all I am. I am utterly dependent on your mercy in all circumstances. Without you, I should simply cease to exist. I am so grateful to have you in my life, dear one, and I beg you, please, grant me the shelter of your lotus feet, your eternal servant, Bhakta Joseph Powell.
Thank you, Jadu Thakur Das. Please join us in welcoming Neil Madhav and my godbrother and Bhaktin Norma. They are from the Los Angeles temple, and for the last several years, actually, I have had the privilege of spending time with Neil Madhav Prabhu. He volunteers on his own and helps us fold the flyers that go inside the book packs. And who can forget the carrot juice that Norma Mataji prepares? And she's always there, very interested in deity worship. You can see her, doing the Tulsi Puja, taking care of the devotees. She goes to do deity dressing at odd hours there. So I'm so very fortunate. I'm so happy that you are here. They were thinking of coming at one point, but then they decided not to. And then finally, Gopi Geeta Mataji talked them into coming here. And so it was such a surprise and a beautiful surprise. So we are so very happy to have you here. And they have written something for you, Maharaj, they'd like to offer.
Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shri Shamati Vaisesika Das Adhikari Iti Namine Namam Praharsha Shilaya Prabhupada Narine Anindite Hriday Tasmai Shastrabha Janato Chodine. Hare Krishna Maharaj, as I fish for thoughts, I pray to for your mercy that I may be ornamented with the proper way to express my gratitude to you. I know that it's only mercy that I am able to do any kind of service for Krishna, and I apologize for its flawed nature, for I am bad and slow. By your mercy, I have been able to finish reading the Srimad Bhagavatam and the Chaitanya Charitamrita. It only took me 30 years. Two years ago, I didn't have any idea how to distribute Srila Prabhupada's books. One devotee who had success referred me to your seminars on how to sell the Bhagavad Gita on its own merit. This year's, by your mercy alone, I was able a few hundred books and collect a little over $9,000 for the Los Angeles temple. I know it's insignificant and you deserve much more. Last year my family was stuck in Mexico, but by your mercy, blessings, postcards, and gifts, we are reunited. Your many hours of lectures on YouTube have been spiritual food for my ears and soul, and I thank you again and again. It is said somewhere in the Srimad Bhagavatam that even a second's association with a pure devotee can drastically improve one's happiness. I know for certain that Srila Prabhupada has sent you so that I may serve your lotus feet and your instructions and thereby develop a desire to become a devotee. I have only cited a few examples of why I am forever indebted and grateful to you. Please continue to open darkened eyes and bless me with attachment for your lotus feet, your servant Nilamadava Das.
Days in Krishna consciousness. Vaisesika Maharaj, thank you for your wonderful association, because without your association, I'm completely useless. You are the one teach by example. You are the one always serving Srila Prabhupada with a big smile. You are the one preaching Lord Chaitanya's Mahaprabhu movement. Please, Maharaj, allow me to constantly serve you with love and devotion, to constantly serve you with love and devotion under the shade of your lotus feet and Lord Krishna's mercy, to continually always be enthusiastic in all my service to you and to Lord Krishna. Please be merciful to me and my family so I can devotees. And first starting with myself, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you so much for the wonderful offering. And Norma Mataji has brought some gluten-free bread for you. You could definitely. So, just give me a minute here. You have to do your own thing. Nobody to help you. So Maharaj Nilmada Prabhu also brought some flowers from with them for you. So he's just going to garland you. There he comes. It's like the Srimad Bhagavatam, garland inside garland, as it is conversation inside conversations. So thrice a week, and sometimes even more, This person tells you, Guru Maharaj, about the fire in Vrindavan that Krishna swallowed. Anybody wants to guess who that is? Ramananda Prabhu. We have him read his offering every year because we want to showcase what a pure disciple looks like. Let's give a big hand to Ramananda Prabhu. There's mode of goodness, there's mode of passion, there's mode of ignorance, but there's a mode of super goodness where Ramananda Prabhu resides. And he has such a soothing and calming effect on me. It takes very little to get me worked up, and I just go to Ramananda, I talk to him, and when I come back, I have such a nice sense of, calm and quiet in me. And I always say that I'm so very fortunate, and I think all of you would agree that he is here with us at ISV and setting examples for so many things. They say that an advanced devotee of Krishna is expert at anything and everything that they do, and that is Ramananda Prabhu. You can take diverse things from dressing the deities all the way up to high-tech broadcasts and podcasts and all that kind of stuff. He does it with so much of love, affection for you, meek and humble, very quiet and soft-spoken, but then he can shout on emails. If you think that something is, if whatever you're doing is not going to help the temple operations, then Ramananda will be after you. Thank you so much, Ramananda, for all that you do. And the floor is all yours. I was going to say, Ramananda shouldn't be doing his own thing. Somebody has to help with the microphones.
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Vaisesika Adhikari iti namine Namaha Praharsha Silaya Prabhupadanusarine Anindita Hrude Tasmai Sastra Bhajana Chodane. Dear Guru Maharaja, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. All glories to you, all glories to Prabhupada. Guru Maharaja, you are an abode of pure devotional service. In fact, you are personified pure devotional service. Thank you for setting an example for pure devotional service. Your glories are unlimited. Day and night you tirelessly preach in many countries. You also practice what you teach. Because of your association, so many souls got inspired and they also turned into pure devotees. I am eternally indebted to you for the favors you bestow upon me. You planted Krishna Bhakti into my heart and are also nurturing me with your instructions. Is it possible for a disciple to repay the debt to his spiritual master? No, that is what scriptures say. Therefore, I am eternally indebted to you. Guru Maharaja, I already offered myself to you. In whichever way you make me dance, I'll dance that way, not caring for name, fame, and shame. I know that although I say this, I fall short in execution because of past conditioning. Nevertheless, I'll improve myself continuously without giving up, as I believe that I fail only when I give up. As long as I don't give up, there is a chance for success. The day will come when I will be able to fulfill your most cherished desires and give you a great bliss. Birth after birth, you are my Lord, and my life is meant for your pleasure. Guru Maharaja, when will I develop real attachment to you? Krishna, when will I develop real attachment to you, Krishna, and devotees? It appears that I am hard-hearted. Kindly do something to melt my heart so that I can develop pure attachment to you, Krishna, and devotees. I know that I can't move even an inch without Krishna giving me the ability to do so. But still I am infected with pride. I am burning in this blazing fire of material existence and to this date I have not chanted the name of Krishna even once with proper heart. When will I be able to chant the holy names of Krishna? When will I be able to chant the holy names of Krishna day and night incessantly with pure spiritual bliss? Kindly deliver me from this blazing fire of meditation and bestow me unprecedented love for Radha and Krishna. Thank you. Vande Guru Sri Charanara Vindam, your servant birth after birth, Ramananda Sakadasa.
Thank you so much, Ramananda Prabhu, for such a heartfelt offering. So we are so fortunate to have Ramananda Prabhu in our lives.